There's something about the rain I've never been able to resist. Most people long for sunshine, but I've always preferred the weight of grey skies and wet streets. Rain has a way of washing things clean, not just the city, but the memories we all carry. But these aren't just any rainy photographs. They were taken in 2021, when the air itself felt heavy. Fear lingered quietly, masks covered our faces, and distance became a way of surviving. Looking back now, I see they're more than just moments on wet streets. They are echoes of who we were and how we endured. So let's return there and let the rain reveal more than just what's visible to the eyes. We take photos not just to admire them, but to remember. And when I revisited these images, I wasn't just reminded of paddles and umbrellas. I was taken back to the weight of that year, a moment that shaped us all. That's the thing with photographs. They don't just show you what you saw. They show you who you were when you pressed the shutter. So let's take this walk together, frame by frame. We will be shooting with the Sony A6400 and the humble 50mm f1.8, a kit that I used to use a lot back in the day. But more importantly, we will be chasing stories unfolding under the rain. Every walk begins slowly. Like tuning an instrument, your eyes need time to adjust. At first, the sky offered nothing but flat grey, so I looked down from my higher vantage point. The rain had polished bricks and slicked walls until they glowed with a strange beauty. Then a woman passed with her umbrella, and suddenly that wall wasn't just a wall anymore. It was a stage, and she was the story. I took a few steps back. The streets widened. Reflections shimmered across the road, and an arrow painted on the asphalt lined up perfectly with a stranger's stride. Maybe it was coincidence, maybe it was the rain nudging the world into harmony. Photography rewards patience, waiting long enough to see what others miss. Then came the strangest umbrella I'd ever seen, carried by a woman who walked beside the yellow street line. Umbrella, line, wall, three fragments that meant nothing apart, but together they whispered something I couldn't ignore. From a higher vantage point, she slipped onto a wider frame. Wet pavement glistened against dry patches, matte against shining. Light wasn't falling from the sky or lamps. It was created by contrast itself. That's when I remembered. Rain doesn't just reflect light, it makes its own. If you enjoyed this video so far, hit the like button and consider subscribing with a bell. But rain is not just about the reflections, it's about the people, how they carry themselves, how they fight against the weather, how they reveal little truths without even knowing it. A woman hurried along, groceries in one hand, umbrella in the other. The wind tugged at her coat, almost pulling her off balance. You could feel the smallness of her bottle and the quiet strength it took to keep going. Haven't we all been there? Overloaded, stretched thin, and yet still moving forward. Then there was a man in a cowboy hat and a yellow coat glowing against the storm. He smoked slowly, unmoved by the downpour. His face unreadable, but somehow saying more than just words. Some people carry entire novels in their expressions. His was a mystery I will never solve, and that's why it lingers. Across the street, two red telephone boxes stood like relics from another time. Around them, people hunched over glowing screens. Past and present both promising connection, yet tugging us in different directions. The irony was heavier than the rain itself. And then the unmistakable reminder of where we were. A man in a face shield, jacket pulled tight, rain striking his shirt. Back then, it felt ordinary. Now, it feels like a monument to distance. A photograph I hope will never be anything more than a memory. But it wasn't all heaviness. Just ahead, a couple walked together under one umbrella, she in white, he in black, opposites perfectly in step. And there it was, love, not about sameness, but about sheltering each other through the rain. The rain thickened, streets blurred into neon and reflections, stories multiplying everywhere I looked. A delivery rider prepared his bag under the glow of signs. Between us, a window softened the scene into scattered orbs of light. I thought of how many nights like these they worked unseen, keeping us fed when the world felt fragile, quiet, uncelebrated, but vital. Just steps away, another story. A father carried his daughter close, one arm cradling her, the other steadying her tiny, colorful umbrella. The rain pounded hard but couldn't touch them. That small burst of color above her head was more than just shelter, it was love made visible. A fragile umbrella, a fierce protector, tenderness as the strongest shield. Through a rain-speckled window, I saw two young people sharing lunch. She gazed outward, eyes locking on mine through the lens. That silent acknowledgement, the quiet "I see you," gave the frame its heartbeat. Not every image revealed itself so easily. One photograph sat dormant for years, too chaotic to love at first. Umbrellas overlapped, patterns clashed, colors pulled at each other. But recently, I saw the harmony in it. The blue of a bag in the foreground, the yellow of a rear umbrella pulling the whole scene together. Some photos ask for patience. Sometimes the meaning arrives only after you've trained your eyes and your heart to see it. Later, I found puddles. Maybe cliché, but within them whole words inverted. The city whispering secrets to those who cared enough to look down. Down a narrow alley, towering brick walls swallowed a single umbrella, red and blue against the muted colors of the bricks. Small, fragile, but alive. Proof that even in the shadow of what we've built, it's our presence that brings life. And then a man appeared, juggling umbrella, mask and glasses. In that stumble I saw more than just inconvenience. It was the year itself, uncertain, messy, hard to hold together and yet still moving forward. Looking back now, I'm realizing that I wasn't just photographing the rain. I was photographing us. How we adapted, how we protected one another, how we kept moving despite the weight of it all. Maybe that's what photography gives us. Not just pretty images, but proof of endurance. Proof that even under heavy skies, we kept going. When you look back to your own photos, do you recognize yourself? Do you understand the growth you've been through? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video so far, hit the like button and consider subscribing with a bell. Now if you want to see how I go about composing my photos with the 85mm focal length, click and watch this video next. That was all for today guys, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I will see you on the streets. Bye bye.